Your Excellencies, High Commissioners and Ambassadors present, distinguished Zambian women at home and abroad on this special day, the Chairperson, International Women's Day Planning Committee, Mrs. Catherine Chungwe, the Anakazi Center for Women Empowerment and Development, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I wish to thank you for this innovation and inviting me to join the women globally in underscoring the importance of involving women in all activities in society, and more importantly, bringing women at the table where decisions that affect men and women, boys and girls, are made. Further, I wish to thank you for inviting me to grace this important occasion and join the Zambian High Commission in London and the Zambian women in New York and other connected cities to celebrate International Women's Day, which recognizes the importance of women in society and the role we play in every nation on the planet. Distinguished participants, women and girls must use the time allocated to all of us to do something in our power to influence change wherever we are located, whatever positions we hold in society. We all have a duty to do something about the gender inequalities across the world, and Zambia in particular. Today is such a day when we join the women and men worldwide to remind ourselves, to raise our hands and challenge the status quo, because the voice of the woman has been crying out there for far too long. While it is our battle to fight, we need corresponding responses from men to voice out their stance in support of curtailing gender-based violence, early and child marriages, and all the other forms of discrimination against women and girls. Against the reality that attaining gender equality in decision-making and other areas of influence still remain a battle in both developed and developing countries, let me state that we should not be discouraged, nor give up on the goal of attaining gender equality. I am a firm believer that time is our greatest asset. But if we are complacent, time can also be our greatest enemy too. I'm so proud to state that we as Zambians can count on His Excellency Dr. Edgar Chagwa, President of the Republic of Zambia, for the overwhelming support that he renders towards attaining gender equality in our society by placing more women in leadership roles and also giving support through various empowerment programs in the country. He is further rendering political will and commitment at the African Union and the United Nations, where he is playing pivotal roles. With the long preamble I have laid down, it is with great pleasure and honor to join you all as we celebrate International Women's Day 2021 under the theme, Women in Leadership, Achieving an Equal Future in a COVID-19 World. Distinguished participants, this year we are celebrating this day once again in the midst of the deadly pandemic due to coronavirus, which has disrupted our lives directly and indirectly. I want from the onset to truly commend all the Zambian women and women organizations worldwide for being resilient against all odds during this very difficult time, while playing a leading role in ensuring that families have the necessities of life, including good environments. I'm also aware that we have female nurses, doctors, and caregivers that have relentlessly helped patients in hospitals and the elderly in care homes. And as government, we commend you all for the hard work and the contributions you make in the diaspora, and also the support you give to Mother Zambia. Distinguished participants, one thing we can take as an opportunity in the COVID-19 pandemic period is the heavy influence of technology in all our lives. Embracing science and technology in all forms is cardinal, and the world ahead will be dictated by those who have mastered technology skills in one form or the other, thus enabling us to collaborate and work to the best of our abilities. Let me also state that government is placing emphasis on putting economic assets in the hands of Zambians, irrespective of where they live in the world. Once again, I raise my hand to challenge men and women to help direct the social and economic trajectory of Zambia in the SADC and the COMESA regions, the African continent, and globally. You will be glad to note that Zambia has become the 36th member state of the African Continental Free Trade Area. The opportunities created by the treaty go beyond the member states and the continent to include those entrepreneurs that play at the global scale. I'm aware that some of you are doing extremely well in business, and I take this opportunity to congratulate you. Further, prepare yourselves to operate across borders on the continent. Let me challenge all the women to serve as Zambia investment ambassadors in the diaspora, so that your market and sphere of influence can grow. Thanks to technology that has increased the online marketing and business development opportunities, I'm proud that women are contributing more positively in policymaking, governance, science, the medical field, arts and crafts, and indeed in politics. Let us not relent. I challenge women to collectively create investment vehicles that will allow you to own assets in companies and ventures in Zambia and elsewhere, as well as providing the skills needed now that working from home is a reality without leaving your country of residence. I further wish to encourage you all living in the diaspora to own land back home, which land is readily available through the resettlement schemes found in all provinces around the country. In this way, you can collectively develop an area into an economic hub with the skills and the resources you earn abroad. These resettlement schemes are administered through my office, the Office of the Vice President, and the information can be obtained through the Zambian Mission abroad. Distinguished participants, I just want to give one of the main success stories of the numerous Zambian women working and living in the diaspora. One woman has invested back home in her own special way and is making and selling dolls of little girls branded Musimbi dolls. This is truly inspiring and commendable. It is cardinal to encourage and support each other as women, no matter where we are in the world. Let us create a formidable force of Zambian women by continuously uplifting and nurturing each other, as well as providing mentorship for our young girls. Let me state that the government of the Republic of Zambia is undertaking a critical project called the Girls' Education, Women Empowerment and Livelihoods, in short called GOL, which has components on keeping girls in secondary schools and also supporting women empowerment and livelihoods projects. I challenge and invite women in the diaspora to consider partnering with government to expand this and many other programs to all the districts in Zambia. In partnering with fellow women in Zambia that are contributing to the growth of the girl child, there is also a lady here in Zambia who is running a very successful mentorship program for young girls called Kupe's Network, and has had positive impact on the lives of young girls. I urge all the women to synergize efforts with fellow women like her and help mentor many young girls if we are to build a coalition of great Zambian women. Dear participants, with all the opportunities available back home, your government recognizes the diaspora as a key stakeholder in accelerating efforts towards Vision 2030 without leaving anyone behind. Therefore, government launched the diaspora policy as an important tool that will facilitate the integration of Zambians in the diaspora in the developmental agenda by creating an enabling environment and platform for effective participation in national development. Government wishes to see the active participation of all those in the diaspora by investing back home, while being champions and goodwill ambassadors so that Zambia can assert herself in international affairs. Please ensure that you engage with the diaspora focal point officers at the Zambian missions in the various countries worldwide. You need not feel left behind on the progress happening back home. I urge you to work with a sense of urgency on all your plans because the window of opportunity is time-bound. Do what you can today and not wait for tomorrow. Your country, Zambia, has been recognized globally as one of the most peaceful nations in the world. And this achievement has not come by accident, but rather through a deliberate effort by leaders and the people since independence. As brand ambassadors for Zambia, I urge you to stick to the One Zambia, One Nation motto, which has served the country very well over time. I urge you to be peace-loving residents and citizens in the countries you are currently living in. On this topic, let me echo His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zambia's message during his address to Parliament on the national values and principles of our country as enshrined in the Constitution. His address to the nation called on all Zambians to self-introspect on the need to maintaining peace because it is an essential requisite for creating development and ensuring prosperity among citizens at home and abroad. Let me once again express my sincere gratitude to the Zambian High Commission in London and Zambian women in America for teaming up to make this event possible, and indeed for making the event a success. Last but not the least, I am urging women in the diaspora to live exemplary lives as Zambia's first-line ambassadors. We can only achieve a lot if we work together and support each other fully. I now choose to challenge the status quo and declare the event officially opened. Please join me on the other side. May God bless you all. I thank you.